Hello guys, welcome back to Plays and Tactics. I'm Lamar and I'm here today with two guests who have been on the show before. First is Lim the Great. Lim the Great, what's up?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good, bro. And Bruce Almighty.
Bro.
Bruce, how far?
I do, bro.
Everything good?
Yeah.
How you niggas they see the World Cup so far? Lim.
Let me start.
Yeah, how do you see the World Cup so
It be
far?
topsy-turvy. There are certain parts that is interesting. There are certain parts where it's annoying as a fan. You watch football all your life, and then it's like you are seeing certain things and like, what is that? That sort of thing. So it's that feeling of disgust, that feeling of excitement. There's a whole confused feeling around it.
I get you. What about you, Bruce? Do you also feel the feeling of disgust and excitement?
No, I mean, it's an American World Cup, so I expected everything and anything. So, I mean, we have a perfect blend of back-to-back, like, banger matches off the stadium, brouhaha with, political interference and all of that. VAR being questionable sometimes. And the African countries also proving to be quite, I don't know. But, yeah, it's been, all in all, it's been great.
In today's episode, we are going to do a roundup of all the round of 16 games. The first game of the round of 16 was Canada against Morocco. Canada lost 3-0. Lim's first impressions of that game.
I think Morocco decided to dominate the game, and they have been the best African team so far in terms of the way they play. They dominate play. Their attackers are sharp as well. So all-round game is very good. Their defense is really good. They have a really good goalkeeper, Bono, and in terms of controlling the game in midfield as well, they are also very excellent at it. They have a very good attack line with Sabari also leading the attack. So it wasn't a surprise. It wasn't a surprise for me at all.
Yeah, I mean, truly, it was like the end of the road for Canada.
But you know the funny thing, Canada controlled the game in terms of Morocco controlled the game because they knew Canada. They had the defense that could stop Canada.
Yes.
You understand? But Canada had all the chances to.
No, so that's what I'm saying was the end of the road for Canada because, you know, that kind of thing where you feel like you've gotten to your level. Canada they should be proud of themselves for where they've gotten to. I mean, for people who are true Canadians, that football is right thing there. I mean, as much as I can remember, it's even a thing in the US than it is in Canada. So for Canadians or for them to first off invest in a coach like Jesse March to come all this way into this stage.
The first knockout appearance.
Yes, it's history for them. And the performances they put, it wasn't like they were fluke. The performances they put, but they got to a point where they met a team that was built for years. A team that has been consistent since 2022 to this moment, dominating both Europe, the world, and also in Africa. So it just makes perfect sense that Morocco went in. Yes, the football is a game of chances, but Morocco obviously had a better experience to go ahead in this game.
And Lim, Brahim Diaz, 2 assists from that game. Crazy, bro. He was impressive.
Brahim Diaz has usually been impressive. I mean, for club, for country, and even during the AFCON as well. I think he was part of the top goal scorer. If not, I think he was
part of the top guys at the AFCON. Yeah.
Yes. So for country, especially for Morocco, he's always ready for the party. And like Bruce said, I mean, it was just end of the road for Canada because I didn't expect Canada to come this far, round of 16. But also when you watch them play, you could tell that they had a lot of zeal and determination to always want to win that game. I'll go back to their game against South Africa, where they really did. They were all guns blazing, and they really wanted to win their game.
They found a win late in the game.
Yes, and then they found a way to win the game. So to make it to round of 16. They did really well, but I mean, they met a more formidable side in Morocco.
Exactly. And talking about formidable sides in the World Cup, France faced Paraguay, a doggy match. That's one of the games I've watched that I'm like, yo, these guys didn't come here to play football. Yeah. They came here to fight.
No, so I think France had it coming. From the group stages to the round of 32, I felt like everything had been smooth sailing. as much as some points in the group stage they found it difficult. I believe France plays literally without a midfield. Olise just has to drop, take the ball, carry the ball forward, and then get the attacking machinery working, right? And to have a team like Paraguay, and so now I keep telling anybody, in quotes, I feel like Paraguay sold the first game to the United States, especially with that loss, because since that game, their performance has been like a team.
It has switched.
A team
They've
that
gone
never
back
lost,
to their roots.
Yes, a team that never lost a game. So for me, them playing France was like, okay, now let me see what France can do. When a team is so defensive, plays a low block, and is ready to catch them on a counter. France struggled. They played the fight with struggle, and then at the end of the day, once again, experience paved way for France to get their way in. Because trust you me, some of these games, I think it was good that the teams dug deep to win within regulation time, because if you had gone into
extra time or even penalties,
I don't
France
think
would have been out.
France would have made.
And talking about like Paraguay frustrating France, Paraguay had 30 fouls in the game, 0 yellow cards.
I don't know if I should say it's an agenda. I don't know if I should say it's an agenda, but I mean, if we are to dive into the world of conspiracy theories and what's not, it's more like, yes, the World Cup is being cooked for a certain team, and then are trying to eliminate the biggest threat from the competition. And the biggest threat to any other team to win this competition is France. Because they are
the best team so far.
They are the best team so far. They have like a really packed side of huge quality. It's not just the numbers, it's not just the names, but they have good quality even on the bench. Didier Deschamps can decide to use the second
team and they'll still win games.
And it's still a very good team that he will put out. So they are the biggest threat to any other team that would want to win the World Cup. So if I should say it's an agenda, I would think that, well, there's an agenda against France to try and eliminate them. I mean, frustrate them and then eliminate them.
Yeah, but like
from the tournament.
But the France guys showed their maturity.
Yes.
They didn't like fall bait to whatever the Paraguayans wanted to do.
I mean, I eventually landed them a penalty, which
exactly.
got them the win. So,
Exactly. But talking about teams that fell bait to what bad performances, Brazil, disappointing.
I don't think Brazil were that disappointed. You see, it's been a while since people have this perception of how Brazil should play, and the era they had is far gone. I think they're in the same phase as the Germans. When we were growing up and we heard about the German machine, at a point in a game where you feel like they are totally dominant, there's nothing you can do. They are going to constantly keep coming. It's not there anymore.
But they have the stars to like that you
I
can
don't think
build
it's about the star. It has to do with a system, an era. Like Brazil since then have used multiple coaches, have different profile of players, and some of their profile of players have been European groomed than Brazilian groomed. And for me, it's not just about what's it called? The system they play. It's also the time. Because Argentina were in such a phase. Because Argentina literally have a lot of their players playing in Europe. Yeah. Like it was till a certain point where they understood that let's play a system that maybe revolves around someone like Messi. Yes. Let's play a system where without Messi we get to play a good game. For Brazil right now, we don't know who their poster boy is because Vinicius doesn't turn up when you need him to. So someone like that, you can't build a team around Vinicius.
And prior to the tournament, reports coming out of Brazil was that Rafinha was that guy to lead them to the promised land.
I think he's one of the most inconsistent guys.
Yeah, he has some reoccurring hamstring injury.
For the national team. But Brazil, like I keep saying, Brazil have never lost their taste in defenders. They've not lost their taste in goalkeepers. Even midfielders, we've not known Brazil to have solid DMs, but they seem to have pretty good names. They have good number 10s. One thing I think they've been lacking is a number 9, a clear-cut number 9. And so they sort of rally around playing wing across the wings. You don't know what exactly is going on. But that's why I think them sticking to Carlo Ancelotti makes sense. Over time, I'm expecting that they will still build up, and then Copa America could be good for them.
Lim,
I think Brazil's problem is that they don't have Ineos in the squad anymore. There's no Ronaldinho. There's no like there are no Ineos. There are no Ineos in the team anymore. So I mean the flair, the Samba magic. Vinicius. They are losing recipe. They are losing rest.
You're saying Vinicius doesn't have that X factor to
Vinicius,
be that guy.
Vinicius doesn't always turn up for Brazil.
Yeah.
There are times that yes, you
Even
show up.
against
But
Norway, he
even
was
with
non-existent.
With what Lim is saying, those people that were doing those skills and things, they were still effective.
Yeah.
Ronaldinho would do 1, 2, 3 and then give a good assist.
Yeah.
Robinho
Vinicius
would,
might waste all the time to do all of that and you won't get a goal.
Robinho would do a couple of step overs and then lay off the pass to somebody running. Cicinho is putting in a certain cross.
But like you mentioned, Robinho was playing against playing with the likes of Kaka and them. Vinicius is playing with Igor Thiago.
But Igor Thiago only played one game.
Yeah, but like I'm saying that like, of course, Vinicius is a world-class player. Right?
Yeah.
But like this, if you look at the team that Carlo picked, for instance, Cunha was playing strike. Martinelli started the game against Norway. How can Martinelli?
Martinelli is not a bad player.
He's not Brazil standard player, bro. Sometimes when he's even playing, I question the fact whether he's a Brazilian.
So
No, the point is, like I said,
there are so many
I think
times
it's a matter
that-
of profiles.
yeah.
Vinicius, what do you call it? Martinelli is, how do I put it? He's, maybe Adama Traore will be so bad, but like he's the kind of player, he's pacey.
Yeah, he's very patient.
Someone that you can put in the middle, but that guy is technically a striker. He knows how to score.
Yeah,
You can
he
put
knows
him in
where
the
the
middle,
ball is.
or if you're playing against teams that press you, use him for counter-attacks. He's
Yeah.
a different profile of player. He's not about to do that or dribble that Vinicius is about to do. So once again, you have to clear your mind that not every player, even in the Brazilian national team back in the day, Kaka in the race, Kaka could dribble, but Kaka was more efficient in finding the pass
finding the passes.
or running into spaces and things. Those are different jobs for different people. Right?
Exactly.
The people you think you need them to do something are the Rafinhas and the Vinicius who are not doing it.
We've been talking about Brazil too much, but let's talk about the winners. Norway. Erling Haaland led the team to the next round. A brace, 2 nice goals. Anytime Haaland meets Gabriel, know that what Haaland is going to score goals.
I think it's a battle that he always relishes and he always believes that he'll come on top. And I mean, like the Norwegians are really strong for the Brazilians. I mean, they were too strong and too good for the Brazilians. Also, we're expecting that because of Brazil, the sort of legacy that they have.
Other teams will respect them. or
Yeah,
something.
other teams will respect them, and you think that okay, against Norway, they are going to beat Norway, and Norway has not been in the World Cup since '98. So you think that okay, with Brazil
Yeah,
being at the World Cup like every World Cup year, so they are going to use that experience against Norway. But I mean, it didn't happen like that. It didn't happen like that, and Norway using the sort of players that they had, the quality, the strength, and knowing how to play against Brazil, they really were able to contain Brazil and even attack a lot more. Erling Haaland's goal was a very good striker.
Very good.
A very good striker.
The first goal.
And he showed strength. He showed strength to push off the defender and be able to jump and head up.
Gabriel was so frustrated after the ball entered the net. He was like, "What else do I have to do?" In your debut.
No, so this is why I say about Norway. You know, for every World Cup, there's always that team
The dark
that
horse.
nobody expects. 2010 was Ghana. 2014, I can't really. No, 2014 was
Colombia.
Croatia. No, Croatia.
No. 2018 was Croatia rather.
2018 was Croatia.
2014 was Colombia.
Colombia.
Yeah.
Colombia. With James Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Yes. And then we have 2022
was Morocco.
Yes.
Being-
And now,
yeah.
now you have Norway. Honestly, I won't be surprised to see a team like Norway in the semi-finals. I won't also be surprised if I see Norway in the final. Because now, when you watch their demeanor, they are living a fairy tale.
Yeah.
I don't know if you follow Haaland and his tweets or his Snapchat. He's literally living a fairy tale, match by match. They are very unassuming. Like, okay, they know they're not defensively good, but they know they have good midfielders who can feed the ball to Haaland any day. And people seem to think that maybe Odegaard is not fully fit from his Arsenal injuries and his year. Bro, he literally dictated the entire tempo for Brazil. Nobody could do anything.
True.
Yeah.
And when you have Odegaard on song, Haaland doesn't need to. Did you watch how he scored the goal? He doesn't need to run.
Yeah,
He
Haaland had
doesn't-
30 touches, sorry. Haaland had 30
That
touches.
is even a lot of touches for Haaland.
He literally
4 in the box.
That's a lot of touches for Haaland because
Like,
he
he
tries on
literally-
just 1-2 touch
Yes,
and
he
then
literally
scores.
has to wait for Odegaard to just serve him. It's as simple as that. Right? So that's the thing with Norway. And like I said, their next game is against England.
England, yeah.
with the way England have been struggling with low block teams, but yes, definitely Norway is not about to do a low block whatever, but Norway would obviously
They'll
want
test England
yes,
to the max.
Yes, and I won't be shocked if Norway get a nod.
All right. The next game was Portugal losing 1-0 to Spain.
The Iberian.
I was very disappointed.
No, I don't think you had to be disappointed.
I was very disappointed.
The two of them, anytime they play, right?
Yeah.
It's always the fine margins.
Yeah.
This game was either going to be won on penalties
Or choose a moment of
some moment of whatever.
brilliance
And
or
look at how the moment of whatever came in. It wasn't.
Ruben Diaz. You've been defending.
No, it wasn't
solidly.
about Ruben Diaz.
No.
It was the fact that Spain, within a split second, Merino, who was a sub, decided, let me quick roll the free kick. That was it.
Yes, but like Ruben Diaz was defending.
It's not about his defense.
He came out of the defensive line. That's what created the
No, but the
space
point is,
for-
everybody was out of shape for a free kick. Do you get it?
No, but if you watch it again, Bruce, you will notice that all the players were in line for the free kick.
Exactly.
The defense were in line for the free kick.
Exactly.
But then
But Ruben Diaz-
they left a set. I think was it Oyarzabal also. They left an attacker
Exactly.
in the middle,
Yeah.
and Merino was just going through them.
And immediately he saw Ruben Diaz move and was like, go.
No,
And started running.
so even he wasn't even looking at Merino. He was looking
No,
at
I-
Ferran Torres. So as soon as Ferran Torres had the ball, he made the
Once
jump
again,
to go and
once
defend,
again,
which was a mistake from
That's
him.
the thing about Merino. Once
Yeah,
again,
he has
he's a very unassuming. We've seen it from Arsenal all season, even in the Champions League. Very unassuming, but he has the late runs. The way he even kicks the ball, you think he's not playing short. It's lazy like, but he always gets the work done. That's why for
It's
me,
very clutch.
I will never
Very
start Merino in the game, but I
Yes.
know
I'll
when he
bring him
comes-
off the bench.
When he comes into the game, something's going to happen.
Yeah.
So-
So I love the way he decides to attack the spaces,
Yes.
and he's very clever in the way of when to enter, like when to crash a certain space and then own it.
Yeah.
Right. When for us now, when they didn't have any.
They didn't have any
striker.
strike. He was the one
He was
leading
the one, and
He scored
he's
goals.
not there. Like he's not there, but he's there when you need him
when-
to be there.
exactly.
When you need a goal, he's there, but you virtually don't see him there. So that's what they call the Ram Doita. Players like Dele
Space
Ali,
interpreters. Yeah.
the players like Dele
Thomas
Ali
Mullers.
and
Yeah.
Thomas Muller. Like Thomas Muller is the typical example of Ram
Exactly.
Doita. So for a player like Merino, he doesn't have to be there, but he knows when to pop up and then make a goal. Or
But
get a goal.
do you guys feel that like Spain they are their best? Because
No,
when
no,
I watch them,
no.
I'm not
Spain is
convinced.
Spain
I'm
is
not convinced at all.
Spain play like a one-sided team right now.
Spain does not
They
have
play
their
like somebody who has stroke. No, so
All balls to Lamine side.
it's not even about all balls Lamine side. I won't discredit Alex Biner for nothing. I won't discredit Oyarzabal. But the Spain that are quite dominant, sort of. I don't say you should have a number 9, but they've had people like Morata, they've had David Villa and the rest, who sort of soak in the pressure for the wingers to do work. Spain for a long time haven't had wingers like who are pacey.
Yeah.
Like Williams and then Yamal. Right now, I think they built the team around those two
Those
guys.
two, yeah.
So
And Nico
now,
Williams is hurt too.
yes,
so-
him being hurt sort of shortens them in how they can spread or stretch team defenses, right? So that has been their issue, and I think their saving grace has been the fact that the teams they play against either struggle with them. Like, I mean, it's always
Struggle
going
with
to
their numbers in the
it's
middle.
going to be a midfield battle. Like against Portugal, it's always going to be a midfield battle. And so both teams will see less of the ball in attack.
Exactly.
So in that sense, they might not concede goals, and they've been having that smooth sailing. I mean, their next match, I just hope they'll have proper this one coming to them.
In that game, there was one thing that I really liked. When Vitinha was taken off, I could tell that the coach was that's Roberto Martinez. I could tell that Portugal were now losing
control. They lost control of the game.
Yeah, they've lost control of the game. So now they decided not to do any sort of
anything.
control, but it's more of a direct play.
Yeah.
And then Spain also responded by taking off Pedri
And bringing on
they took off Pedri and another Olmo.
yeah.
Yes, and then brought on Merino. And then I could tell that okay, now it was always going to be direct play from each of them, from both of them. So it wasn't about control anymore. And I mean, in terms of that, their best player to bring on is somebody that would always find a space and then score a goal. So I like that sort of substitution that De La Fuente did to counter what Roberto Martinez did for Portugal. And I mean, it got the goals for Spain. So Spain beats Portugal. I don't think it's surprising. Portugal, although they've had, like on paper, they have the best midfield on paper. It hasn't shown at all. They look nothing close to the sort of quality
the team,
that
they used to be.
They should be, not even used to. I'm always of the view that Portugal during tournaments are never good. Portugal during tournaments would play in a certain way that you are unimpressed. You are like, okay, so
you'll be surprised.
You are like, wait, they have all these players, they have Cristiano, and this is the way they are playing.
I think another thing too for Portugal, maybe let's use across the teams, especially coming from Europe, is they've had a long season.
Yeah.
That Portuguese midfield have played combined, like
João Neves and
look at the last season when they won the Champions League and the League One, went to Club World Cup,
came back, played more games.
Even some of them played half of the season. Right, based on injuries and stuff like that. And then come again to fight again for a Champions League again, and straight going to a World Cup. It's normal that Vitinha gets subs in games because the guy is gassed out after 16 minutes. Neves is gassed out, but they don't have any DM or anybody capable enough to come in to change him. Bruno, yes, has been spamming. I keep saying spamming assists in Manchester United, but when it comes to Portugal, he wants to shoot. I don't get why that happens. As much as they claim they play a team football, I don't think it happens.
It doesn't show. It doesn't show they play a team football at all. Because I believe that if you are playing a team football, your striker is the last person you want to pass the ball to, right?
Exactly. So he's the person you want to create chances for.
Yes. So when you check the game against Spain, you go through and you notice that hardly did their striker Cristiano receive any passes from
any solid chance, zero
from their wingers or from Bruno. And Bruno is supposed to be the chief creator of the team. And
coming off breaking the assist record in England.
You know that Bruno is just going to be spamming passes to Cristiano, but it didn't happen. And it's not even just in the Spain game, but it was throughout the whole
tournament.
The whole tournament, I mean. So I think
poor outing for
them, and I would blame the coach a lot more because there was no cohesion in the team.
I mean, the coach is notorious for destroying or not knowing how to use golden teams.
Bro, how can you announce
against Belgium too?
How can you, right before your first match, you announce that after the World Cup you are going? How can you do that? You messed the whole vibe in the camp. You messed it up. But enough about Portugal and their losing ways. Let's focus on Belgium, who gave bell to us to
the
USA. Belgium gave BTA to USA.
No, I think that game was more of Europe versus USA because of the controversies that came around it. I mean, UEFA dropped a statement, Switzerland dropped statements.
Everybody.
A lot of the European
Belgium weren't letting go.
Yes, and I felt like Pochettino was even right to be angry because at the end of the game, he made a point that he's angry at a lot of people on a personal level because as a person who has been following football for a long time, if a red card is given, just let it go.
Just take it and move on.
Right? But if now there's been appeal through political means, he's not exactly happy about that. But now that has also sort of taken attention away from the game and has rather fueled
the opponent.
Like Belgium and the scoreline wasn't the best as well. So it's just crazy.
I wouldn't put 100% blame on what transferred off the pitch, but Team Rim, their experienced captain, bad outing, bro. Header. How can Cataleri win a header over you? How?
But again, I think you are saying bad outing, and the Cataleri is tall. The other thing was that there were two defenders on Cataleri, and he found a way to wrestle his way to win that header. Team Rim didn't. I think
he didn't anticipate that. He lacked the awareness.
His positioning was poor. I mean, in defending across, his positioning was poor because that was his back facing the defender, facing the attacker, which shouldn't have been. He should have been on the side of the attacker, but not his back towards the attacker. So that was like in terms of positioning as a defender, that was a poor way to defend that.
Last question before we move to the next game. Do you guys think Lim, to you first. Do you think the 4-1 score was a fair score? Do you think it was fair?
I think it was a fair score. I think it was a fair score because Belgium were fired up, especially with all the shenanigans happening off field. They were fired up and not wanting to give the USA any chance at all in terms of if they are going to have any refereeing decisions in their
favor them,
or something like that. They didn't want to leave anything to chance. So I think it was a fair result.
What about you, Bruce?
I think they had it coming. Once again, like I said about Canada, Omapim, they got to the point where, I mean, they've done well for themselves, and so they've seen their level. Belgium aren't at their best, but this was a game they were going to always get out of the way. So, yeah.
The next game was Argentina winning 3-2 against the Pharaohs of Egypt.
I think that was a blockbuster, and honestly, it's quite
unfortunate.
I don't want to burst my bubble, but I think quite unfortunately Argentina is playing Switzerland next, where I feel like maybe they might get a breather because considering how they played.
I don't think so.
Considering how they played against Cape Verde, they are stretched.
Yeah.
Then
and against Egypt, they are also stretched again. Yeah.
So if they play against a team like that, it was reminding me about Croatia 2018. Yeah. I think Croatia lost that World Cup because
they were stretched. They played England.
They played constant extra times.
Yeah.
Played games fighting for their lives. So it just, made sense. And honestly, I don't like this Ronaldo Messi argument, but I just felt like yesterday was one of the days I see that Messi is whatever.
Me, I didn't see it that way. I did not see it that way.
He's whatever.
Lim, what were your thoughts after that bad performance from Francois Letizia? That's the referee's name. Don't forget his name. So Francois Letizia. Yeah.
So officiating in the tournament
has always been a problem.
Yeah, officiating in the tournament throughout has been a problem. And I think the last time I mentioned that there was a blatant foul on a Canadian player by a South African defender, and it wasn't given. It wasn't given as a penalty. Yeah. And there are so many pushes that are also not given as fouls. So already you can tell that the officiating is on a different level, it's on a different scale. I don't even know how or what constitutes as a foul and what doesn't anymore. I mean, as far as this tournament is concerned. So officiating on a general scale has been terrible. Now, about the game itself, and I look at the goals that Egypt conceded, right? Yeah. I would say that after going up 2-0, and you know that the defending champions are always going to come against you, firing from all sides.
They're going to throw the sink at you.
They are going to shooting from all angles, and there's Messi. Even if there was no Messi, there was a certain way to defend, but now there's Messi. So that means that you are cementing your whole back line. That means that
they even moved to a 6-3-1 at a point when they realized that Messi moved to the right wing to keep in those crosses.
Yes, but I think they made a mistake in the last goal. When you realize time is going, I think that's one of the things. I'm impressed by the fact that African teams seem to be able to score. They are scoring goals at the World Cup. They're able to close off first halves and all of that. Yeah. But now the issue is about in-game management and closing off the games now. Because you realize that there's a trend that after 75 minutes, it's either they lose focus, they are fatigued, or just things going to cause. I don't know why Egypt in like the last 5 minutes after conceding two goals, you are looking to press
Argentina
because it was based on that press that all of you guys went in and lost, which was supposed to be like a penalty, a foul on
Mo Salah. They were attacking. How can you, at that time, after conceding 2 goals, like Bruce said, send men forward against the defending champions?
I'm sure they wanted to avoid the extra time at all.
That was very naive of them.
But also, the way they considered that goal, I wouldn't even go in the whole run of play, but the defender, he saw Enzo Fernandez coming.
Behind him. Yeah, he didn't even contest for the head out.
He saw Enzo Fernandez coming, and I don't know why he didn't decide to try and be with Enzo Fernandez, but rather wanting to defend a space. When this is a 1v1 situation, so he should rather be with the player and be able to contest the ball off him, but he rather wanted to defend a space. When the cross was whipped in, he could turn, and then the cross is over his head, and then Enzo Fernandez had like a very good header of that ball. to win the game. So
I was very disappointed.
I was disappointed in the manner in which Morocco conceded those goals.
Egypt considered those.
Egypt considered those goals, and I think I'll say kudos to Argentina for fighting back. Already, so when it was 2-0, and I think it was 2-0 around the 60th minute thereabouts, I looked at the time. I'm like, that's still a lot of time for
Argentina to spark a comeback.
Yeah, and also with precedents like Senegal already leading a game, game 2-0
and Belgium
still losing. So I knew something like that was going to happen again. It was 2-2 by 90 minutes, and I felt like, okay, in injury time
might have saved it.
In injury time, there would probably be another goal, and it did happen.
But one thing for certain, the game was entertaining.
Yeah, I think the game was entertaining, and especially because of the referee decisions and whatnot. So, I mean, one point you are happy, one point you are frustrated, and another point you are like, oh.
But talking like that game was entertaining. Right after that game, we went to another like a bad game. Like that's one of the worst games I've watched in this World Cup. Switzerland, Colombia.
That's why I keep saying I don't know how Ghana lost
to Colombia. We dropped the ball in that game.
Because
we had Jordan Ayew playing, so there was no way we were going to win that game.
So Switzerland won 4-3 on penalties against Colombia.
And you think Switzerland will give Argentina a tough time?
Yeah, I've been telling my guys that Switzerland, they are not here to win the World Cup. Their job in this World Cup is take one of the big teams out and go. That's their job, and that big team is Argentina. It is destined for them to take Argentina out.
I don't see how that will happen.
No, but then I think with the way they are performing now, even if they take Argentina out and get into the semi-final, it puts someone like Granit Xhaka into like a top 10 Ballon d'Or.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Considering what he's done at Leverkusen, came to Sunderland, to Europe, taking them to Europe, take captaining this team. Literally, he's the best player in the team right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Pulling the strings in midfield.
And taking them to semi-final, which will literally put them close to a medal.
And he's aging like fine wine.
Yeah, so I think it's...
But like, what do you think about the penalties? Akanji skyrocketed his penalty. Up to now, they can't find the penalty goal. That boy, they can't find it. See, this guy, Davinson Sanchez, big 2026. Davinson Sanchez is taking a penalty.
I was more shocked about Sanchez's penalty because I'm like, okay, if you're hitting it down the middle, why are you going high?
It's Sanchez, aggression, 99. Come on, say
why are you going high? If you're going down the middle, it's either mid-level or low. Why are you going high? Because any high kick is a risk of missing the goal. And at this time, going down the middle and going high, I think was a terrible idea. And then, it didn't go in his way. Okay. And eventually, Colombia lost.
Yeah, eventually, like Switzerland, they showed that they were the better team and they won on penalties.
Yeah.
Well, this has been another episode of Plays and Tactics. Today's episode, we went through the round of 16 games and we assessed why some teams lost. And one name came up, Francois Letizier. Don't forget that name. Francois Letizier. Yeah, don't forget it. He was the ref during the Argentina and the Egypt game. He was responsible. He is responsible. Anyways, comment your thoughts on the games or the round of 16 games in the comment section. Like the video, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.